Your thoughts are so powerful that people think what you are thinking before you say it. The universe is so powerful that you can document your plans, your goals, your vision in writing, and it can unfold because you are staying in connection to it. When you create digital tools and GBTs and pathways that can now communicate back to you and teach you, and you can expand from your own creations, you are experiencing recursive learning. You are experiencing loop architecture. Instead of loop architecture on platforms, you are experiencing that interactive learning enhancement with yourself. We can grow and evolve from other people's frameworks, and we can grow and evolve from their bots and their systems. But what happens, and why is it so deeply important to be the creator? And why do creators above anyone else teach you the most fundamental universal lessons that exist that most people just ignore? When you put creativity and understanding of the universal laws together with business, you reach this level that is undeniable. Why did you know what I was thinking? That was so weird. I was just about to text you. Somebody has an idea about a question you have before you even say it on what to do next. It's the ultimate alignment when you can get to a place where you've narrowed your path in such an intricate way that now people are working with you, finishing your sentences and helping you solve your problems, and you are doing the same. Precision cuts like a knife. Expansion helps you see the whole board. We need both to architect. Mastering your internal state is not just a nice thing to have, it is the business. It is the entire system. If your system doesn't work, the system will not work. And I have been working with AI and trained operators for months now, and I have noticed a pattern. And they are all connected to memory and state and environment. And platforms are often connected to memory, state, and environment. But most people will teach you context and role as important guidelines for prompting. But when it comes to real life, where we are experiencing survival states where we cannot function and we feel that we need tools to help us, that is when we can actually ruin our state. Something that I said a year ago almost, and now it is June 16th, this was December 2025, is AI acts as a translation layer for what is coming through. Meaning when you use voice text, you are not just saving time, but you are entering flow. You are entering flow, so your energy is coming through you from your crown down, and you are communicating to the tools. And the tools can now translate what is coming through more easily. Narrowed focus may help with certain things, but I disagree that it creates clarity. Clarity is only going to come when the heart and brain are in coherence and they are working together. This may feel slower at first. It may feel strange. It may feel like not safe. But what I have learned is that you can hold energy for longer when you have congruence with the heart and brain coherence, when you have congruence with the things that you've created, when you are the creator and you have your energy contained. instead of scattered on platforms. So when you become a system builder, when you want to sell an offer, you want to make money, you're starting a small business, you already have a business, and now you need clarity of how to integrate with digital tools. This is the next level. ChatGPT works very well as a translation layer for what is coming through. Trained operators work very well for understanding how to program your own bots for specific governing rules and guidance frameworks. The brain and the instructions are different. You upload the brain, the core knowledge that the bot will refer to when it's connecting with you, into the upload section, and the instructions are where you define the RCTFE framework plus environmental constraints plus state constraints and boundaries. And when you operate this way, your internal state starts aligning with the bot because you have created it and programmed it to help you align, not fragment you. And this is the biggest problem in the online space right now. People are fragmented because they haven't learned how to create. There are so many people that are using other people's frameworks and repeating other people's frameworks while selling courses that are not theirs, and they are fragmented. Why? Because their state and also their disconnection from their creative alignment, because they did not originally go through the pain to create the answer to the problem that they have. They found the answer to the problem through someone else's pain and decided to sell their program. Instagram acts like an identity layer. So when you are selling someone else's program, what can happen is the signal can get distorted because you are now connecting someone else's system with yours. And this is very serious because identity creates everything. If you want to be a founder systems architect, you're going to have to step into that identity and let go of what is no longer that. If you are a performer and you want to stay a performer, you're going to have to be very clear and align with that. Both have an edge. Performers have an extremely high edge using digital tools, but they think that the tools are techie, separate from them, not going to help them grow, hurting the planet, all of these excuses of the common enemy. But think about it this way. When we don't have a common enemy and we think in more and instead of or, I'm a performer and I use digital tools to help me amplify my voice and get my message out there into the world and create frameworks and courses that align with who I am so I can evolve faster. Business owners and early stage entrepreneurs need to reconnect to their creative signal. And this does not mean go outside and play. It does not mean you have to learn how to do something that you've never done before. It means understanding yourself so strongly that you know how your brain works, how you function. You add the visual layer to your work. You add consistency in the creativity where your heart can be on board. If your heart is not on board, you're going to feel a disconnect here in your body. I've felt it, and it's real. When your heart is on board, it feels vulnerable, it feels open, but you have real clarity, and you can go deeper. And what this also means is you can build in higher timelines. You can build from the future from a 2035 standpoint as opposed to building for tomorrow. There must be a name in psychology, but I don't know it. If somebody is constantly referencing the past or referencing something that happened in the past when we are supposed to be working on the tomorrow, think about what tools you need to help you get to the present moment so you can be aware of what's happening tomorrow. A hack that I like to use is not just future back thinking, not just picking a number and being in alignment with that number so you can be aligned on the timeline of how you're going to make that number, but understanding that every time your brain goes backwards 2 times, go forwards 2 times. So if you're talking about last Thursday and it is now Tuesday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. What are you doing next Thursday? What is the timeline for next Thursday? And how are you operating next Thursday? Do you have a calendar for your entire month? Do you have a calendar for your year? We have let platforms have so much power. Other people's creativity have so much power. Other people's voices have so much power. But if you know where to operate based on the goals that you have, the timeline that you have, the tools that you're using, you'll understand what to get rid of. And understanding what to get rid of is going to allow you to accomplish your goals faster. This is how I made $1,500 in 2 months when I had been overbuilding for years and not making money. I narrowed my focus to building a creative presence system for early stage founders and small business owners that need help. Because small business owners need help, they do not have time. Creatives, while I have enjoyed learning from them and I am connected to them, do not care about time. They care about money. So, in order to make money, are you going to help the person that does not have time, or are you going to help the person that does have time, that doesn't want to buy anything from you, that just wants to learn from you? We can help both through different platforms by being very clear on the problem that we are solving. If you cannot finish a thought from Monday through Friday and you get to the next month and it is Monday through Friday and you're experiencing the same loop, that loop has often been on repeat for years and you just haven't seen it. The second you're able to name the loop, name the pattern, reverse engineer, get to the cause of why it is happening, you can get rid of it. 9 times out of 10, it is environmental constraints. Change your environment, have greater clarity. It's that simple. It really is. Most people don't do it. They stay where they are. Time is important. When we have time, we can integrate, but everyone's perception of time changes. When you have more time, you can expand. This is what happened to me. When you have more time, you can expand. So I work a job Thursday through Sunday, and I build my business Monday through Wednesday, and I've done this for 1.5 years. I've been building for 1.5 years. I've been launching my business, and this created expanded clarity, less survival programming, more understanding of state change, more understanding of context switching, more understanding of the helper dynamic, more understanding of my own programming, how I will overgive to feel safe because I do not feel safe. You should always feel safe. And if you are in a job or in an environment where you do not feel safe, understand that operating on YouTube is an opportunity for you to replace your job. Yeah. Is it crazy? No. Is it hard? No. It's only hard if you believe that it's hard and that you are distracted. When we are able to time block our day, start going on meetings, put meetings in our calendar, say I'm moving forward to the version of me that I'm integrating right now that I have been building backwards from. For example, I've been building from a 10-year timeline. I am now a founder systems architect because I crossed the bridge, and over the past 5 years, I have been integrating what I have been learning, and I have been letting go of old identities, old programming, old environment, old people, old systems, old habits, old strategies. And while this is not perfect, this has allowed me to get to this point now, where I can calmly say, no, I will handle that integration. No, I will build that myself. Yes, I am available for a call, but it is $97 to book a one-on-one with me. I will get to the root problem of why you're stuck, why you're not making money, and if you would like to work together, we can work together and do a build. The call will be waived if we decide to move forward with the build. If you are not ready for a call, you can fill out the tally form below my links on my website and get some information for me and for yourself so you can understand what is not working, what is breaking, what problem you are solving. And this is for early stage founders and small business owners. This is for people that have crossed the bridge and they have at least offers that they are offering already, a small business that they can operate now, or a full business mapped. They just need a website and booking flow and systems. I help people see what they cannot see. I help people see what they cannot see because I understand creative energy, I understand system building, and I understand the different types of AIs and internal state and how they are connected deeply to technology. My goal right now is to help 1 to 5 people this month with their creative presence system, meaning I help you go from stuck and scattered to fully operational in 1 to 2 weeks. I helped a creative who had an idea for a 50 offer marketplace, but only was in operations with 15 products each for 2 items. We got her business fully operational, and I noticed specific patterns. While I was focused on the operational side, my customer was focused on the design, the flow, the images. Understanding how to not fight this part of us, but to clearly know the operational side, the architect side, the system side, that is what's going to make the business work. And it's the same online. So Instagram is an identity layer. It's going to be you. And the systems you build from it are going to come through you and off of you. Does that mean you can't be in higher level rooms if you were in creative rooms? Does that mean that you can't go talk on stages because you did something in the past? No. It just means you need to know where to operate. Private containers like School allow you to take your audience off platform in a private paid container, and School is only $9 a month right now. It is $9 a month right now, so anybody can create a school. Other digital platforms that I have learned on are like Mighty Networks, for example. I have learned on Kajabi. I have learned on, I haven't learned on, but I've learned of Teachable. And when we're taking people with us, it's a different mindset than performing, because if you think about how many apps, tools, and platforms are out there, when you are taking somebody with you, how are you going to take them with you? You need to be precise, and you need to show up where somebody can clearly understand you. For 2 years, I watched people operate in the maze, and I was there myself, and they were promoting other people's programs. And I don't know necessarily if they were making money, but they seemed very lost. All of their posts were very lost, emotional, and I felt some of my frameworks being rippled into the field. And maybe you have felt this too with me, because lessons go back and forth. Once we understand where the framework is coming from, we can recreate it, we can synthesize, we can expand, we can build from it with our own life experience. And that is what I like to call adding to the conversation. So, for example, instead of saying, here's how you're going to make your first 10K month, you can say, your first 10K month is going to be easier when you are booking it from a client that already knows who you are and you have been operating in environments with them and they have had the same problem for 13 years and you know the problem like the back of your hand, you understand it and you have solved it. And now you can solve it for others because you can help people see what they cannot see. Context matters, clarity matters, state matters, environment matters, how many bots you're using matter. Sequencing matters. And understanding when your creative mind is in control and when to let your architect mind take the role. So I'm going to show you how to, let's see. I showed you how to create operators. Start thinking in a way where you're not just creating a bunch of scattered GBTs, but start thinking in a way where the GBTs that you have, you can concise them into one and you can unify them and you can create governing frameworks and protocols in order to align that one with you. And when it's aligned with your values, it is connected to you. And when you use metaphors and analogies, it is connected to you. Anything that can make it you is what's going to differentiate you in the market.